Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft experience here in our single player world. Beautiful people, do I have something fun in store for you today? We are here in our flower forest area, and we have set up these beehives. Now, the last couple episodes have been all about setting up for 1.16, and I gotta say, we've done a pretty decent job with our super smelter and getting the enchanted armor that we want. Hello, thank you. And now, this episode, I just have an itching. I have an itch that I need to scratch here. I want to build a really big farm. Even if it's completely useless, something that I don't even need, I want to build a farm for something. And as you guys know, I don't really find these bees all that necessary. Like honeycomb, don't really find it, interesting. However, the more I'm out here, the more I find the mechanics of these bees interesting. As you can see, I've set up some dispensers to harvest some stuff, and it's gotten to the point where I can't keep up with these bees. I'm gonna need more beehives, more bee nests, all this stuff. And I thought, you know what? Let's do it, beautiful people. Let's build a freaking beehive or a bee farm or something, wouldn't that be fun? But then I thought, we could be boring and we could do the typical underground, set up a bunch of beehives all in a row, which I will do eventually. But what would be even cooler than that? How about a natural farm, a big naturalistic area where they live in peace, like free roam bees? I thought, beautiful people, we need to make a dome. Yes, beautiful people. This is it. This is going to be our above ground bee farm. We'll make the super efficient bee farm underground with redstone and all that fancy stuff. But I thought, we're in this beautiful flower farm. Let's make something beautiful up top, because this is gorgeous. I love the look of bees flying around trees, pollinating flowers naturally, and this is gonna be that. Now, this dome is gonna take a lot of work. We're gonna need a lot of glass, like way more glass than I probably even collected. I went to the desert, collected a bunch of sand, and thanks to my super smelter, I was able to smelt in all of that sand into glass. And I gotta say, I think we're gonna need more for this, because this is a big area. But I'm really happy with this area. I also put a bunch of torches here, obviously, if you couldn't tell. We're going to need a lot of materials for this, but this is really going to be a bunch of natural terrain, and I'm going to plant some big trees in it. I want this to be tall and like super tall, like crazy tall. I don't even know. Let's go see how tall we really want this area. This place is about 70 blocks wide. Actually, I did one less than 70 just because I wanted an odd number so that we get centers and everything. But actually, I think this might be a good height. Something like probably tall. Like I want kind of like this to be a biodome here. Oh yeah. That's a good height. How much did I use of that? 30, about 30 blocks. Yeah, beautiful people. That's about right. 35. Actually, no, 35 is a perfect circle. Donuts, you such a genius. Such a genius. That's actually probably perfect. That is a perfect circle from the radius of this, because it's about 35, which means it should be 35 up, and that's a perfect circle. But the little hiccup that I'm feeling is I don't know how tall I want this entranceway to be, because I don't want it to be a dome. I want it to be a wall and then a dome. So I think we're going to go with a 5 tall wide or 5 tall block kind of wall around it, so that way you can have some decorative stuff. I mean, you could have glass still if you want, but after that, then we'll have that dome sort of feel. And beautiful people, I think I'm going risky here. I think I want the dome or the wall to be made out of iron, because it's that industrial, the stone it looks too natural, and we'll have some stone inside here, so I want this to be very man-made. So I think we're going to go with iron, which might mean we need to make an iron farm, a new iron farm, an iron farm that actually works. So that's going to be fun because I just saw, new Hermitcraft season Tango Tech in the second episode. He made a brilliantly efficient iron farm, which looks really simple to do. It's just I hate working with villagers. So, hey, you know what? Iron around here. Natural stuff in here. We'll have hills, trees, and oh, here's the... How could I forget this? Y'all know SpongeBob? Y'all know SpongeBob. I want... in this center area, this is the center area where we are going to have our secret underground bee farm, as I said earlier. But more importantly than that, that is going to be our height. More importantly than that, it's going to be our storage area, but it's going to be made out of one gigantic oak tree. Just like Sandy Cheeks' underground or underwater stuff in SpongeBob. Beautiful people. It's going to look fantastic. I'm going to shut up and we're going to start to get work on this. All right, small progress update here. I've put in the first round of iron blocks around the top part of the dome or the wall of the dome. And it's quickly becoming very apparent that we are definitely going to need to build an iron farm in conjunction with this build. Hey, buddy. As you can also see, I have decided on the wall design. I'm really excited about this. I was in a creative world and I was trying to match the iron with quartz, with clay, with terracotta, with stone, to make it really earthy, realistic, grounded. I wanted a really nice base to go around here, and stone could have worked. And then I was like, instead of matching the iron, let's contrast it a bunch. Let's get it to contrast with this. And this wood is just so great. I have stripped a little bit of it, kind of give it that worn in feeling, and I think it gets the job done. Now, occasionally, I'm going to put in iron blocks just to kind of give it like a structure. And I think these blocks, at least in the corners a little bit here, are going to go all the way up to the top of the dome. And then we'll have iron kind of just outlining that. Man, my mouse is feeling weird right now. Whew. But yeah, and also... I'm thinking about playing around with these iron bars. They're not 100% certain yet, but I like the fact that you can see through them a little bit. Now that just might be me looking at this being like, oh, that's too dull. We need to really get this dome going in order to see if I'm going to like these iron bars or not yet. But anyway, I am going to go back to my base because we're going to put this project on hold for now. And we are going to get started here on an iron farm. Alright, beautiful people, welcome back. I have looked up so many different designs for an iron farm, and there is just no real, solid, universally accepted best one. I've seen many different designs, but I have decided to base this design off of Tango Tech's design in the newest season of Hermitcraft. Ooh, we've got a beehive here. This is going to be where we're putting it as well. I did a flyby of our perimeter here. It's not an actual perimeter, it's just where the castle is going to go. And I decided to put it outside of where I think the castle or the wall is going to be. I think right there, I think that is the line where the wall will finally be. So I decided to move a couple blocks that way, and you can see we have the design going right there, making it out of dark oak wood because that's what our original iron farm was. Oh, another beehive. Look at us go. That's going to help this project too. That's where our original iron farm at spawn was. Go check out that video if you've missed it. However, let's fly on down here and we'll get a closer look. So the way new iron farm designs work is based off of frightening villagers with zombies. And here is, I think, a beautifully simple setup here. You have 3 villagers. Each of these compartments 10 blocks across. Make sure it's, they're 10 blocks away. So let's explain the mechanics real quick. First of all, you need at least 3 villagers, because when one villager is panicked by a zombie, it looks for 2 other villagers, and if 2 other villagers are also panicked, it spawns in an iron golem. However, that villager must have slept in the last Minecraft day and had to have worked in its workstation in the past day and a half Minecraft day, that is. So that's what the crafting stations are. They're cartography tables, because I looked up the villagers and the cartographer is basically the worst one, so I don't mind having those in there. Plus we got the beds in there. Now, the one on TangoTex on the Hermitcraft server, he says he has trouble with them sleeping in beds. I also had that trouble, but I think it was because they didn't have enough headroom. So I went ahead and I put the beds down a little bit, and I blocked their ability to walk away with these glass blocks and the trap doors up there. I know it's a little different, and I'm not sure if the design will work. Fingers crossed it does, but hopefully that pays out. So with this, and then they'll spawn an iron golem up here. They'll fall down the water, fall down there, get killed by whatever we decide to kill them with. Now, obviously we'll place the zombies right there, because these pistons will go up, they'll see the villagers, they'll all panic and do all that stuff. So, the difficult part now is to actually get the villagers and the zombies in there. I don't know if it should be minecarts. I don't know if I made a mistake by placing the water up there first. That should be pretty easy to stop, honestly. I might put a trap door up there and put them in boats or something. That might be what I do. Same thing with the zombie. Beautiful people, I'm not going to do that this episode. I'm not going to do that this episode. That is so much work. I hate these iron farms because of the villagers. We're going to transport the villagers from our old iron farm to this farm, because they're about what we need here. We're going to need about 12, 3, 6, 9, 12 for each of these layers here, and we'll get that going. But what we'll do for the rest of this episode is we will build up this half of the farm, make it match, go down to this area, and we will end the episode by making this little hopper timer clock for the zombies. So I will see you all when that is done. Oh, beautiful people. I started this episode wanting to build a honey farm, and in order to do so, I needed to make an iron farm. And I gotta say, I am so excited for this. This is a lot easier to build than I let on in my creative testing world, because I was testing and things weren't working. But now that I have the design, oh, it was a snap to just throw up there. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. But now it's time to do the redstone. I've been trying to use these scaffolding blocks, and they're kind of just flimsy for me. Maybe my simple-minded brain can't really understand how they work, but you know, we're trying our best here. So I've laid out all the blocks, and I want to just kind of walk through with you how this is going to work. So first off, we're gonna do a little timer here, and I guess I should say this timer is to lift up these pistons. So what's gonna happen, obviously, like I said before, we're gonna use zombies in order to frighten the villagers so that they will produce an iron golem up here. But they don't need to be frightened all the time, just every 30 seconds or so, or 45 seconds, depending on, you know, the time it takes for them to be scared, spawn a golem, that to go down, and then to reset. Because if they get, you know, if the iron golem is nearby them in the last like 30 seconds or 35 seconds, it'll have a less probability of spawning another iron golem when they get scared in another 30 seconds. So what this timer is going to do, it's going to lift up the zombies so that they have a line of sight on the villagers, and then it'll drop back down so that they all refresh, get back to work, go to sleep, and all that sort of good stuff. So we're going to start here with a typical hopper timer. And while we do that, well, we have some comparators on the sides to where they can detect, I want that block, where they detect the items in here, and then they send a redstone power to the piston, and it pushes the piston, and they go back and forth. And the timing that I found on these timers, that is good, is about 56. And I thought, you know, iron farm, let's use some iron. You know, like I know we're kind of short on it now, but let's try it out. So that'll go back and forth, which is all well and good. And then we will take the output from the redstone block once it goes into this position. But we don't want it to be extended for the entire time that this redstone block is over here. So we added in this piston, which I believe makes this a monostable circuit, I think. Yep, like that. There you go. There's that. And then we're going to actually need to put it into another piece of redstone or a repeater so that it doesn't create a one tick full. So we want to control that. And then we'll put redstone down here. And then we'll run it into these comparators, which will, with this loop here, it will extend these pistons for about 5 to 7 seconds, and then we will be able to drop back down after those 5 seconds have completed. So let's put down that piece of redstone and let's see if this works. All right, once that's there, it should move over, go to there, send up those pistons for about 5 to 7 seconds, and then drops back down. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely wonderful. Now, the last thing that we need to do, beautiful people, is we need to get the villagers and the zombies inside of these little containment chambers. Now, I've been really smart, actually. I have found the holes that we need to put them in right up here. So these are for the zombies, and then this is for the villagers. So what I'm going to do off camera, obviously, is I am going to get the villagers that I have back at spawn and rail them all the way to here. We're going to need 3 in each compartment, so 12 total. That is going to be a long time. And then we only need 4 zombies, so that's good. And we're right next to a dark oak forest, so that really shouldn't be that big of an issue. In terms of the zombies, we're gonna have a little fun because I'm gonna put chainmail on them, but that's gonna be something for next episode. But as for this episode, I'm gonna have to call it here. We've done so much with the honey farm. We've got that going, and then we've got this going. Next episode, I hope we're gonna complete this. We're gonna work on the killing chamber down here, because all this stuff is gonna go away, and we're gonna create really cool lava blades and just fun stuff. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for you beautiful people off camera. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been absolutely in love with this game right now, and I can feel you guys are as well, because you guys have been so supportive of this channel. You guys are fantastic. So fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful Minecraft morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.